The art of following rules to break your parents' sanity. My parents had this absolute unhinged obsession with screen time discipline. The rule in our house was brutal. No phones at the dinner table. If it even glowed in your pocket, my dad would confiscate it for a week. No exceptions, no appeals process. By the time I turned 15, I was done. They wanted zero technology? Fine, I'd give them the ultimate purity of a tech-free life. I went full 1800s Oregon Trail pioneer on them. It started small. Instead of texting my mom from upstairs that dinner was ready, I bought an old brass schoolmaster bell. I stood at the top of the stairs, clanging it aggressively while yelling, "The evening feast is prepared, mother!" The next night, I showed up to the table with a literal quill pen, an inkwell, and a scroll of parchment. When my dad asked me how my day was, I didn't just answer. I dipped the quill in ink, wrote down his question, and then wrote out my response, scratching the paper loudly for a full 2 minutes. I am currently penning my thoughts on 9th grade algebra, father, I said, blowing on the wet ink. The journey is arduous. My sister lost it, but my dad just glared. The breaking point happened when my grandparents came over for Sunday roast. I sat down, completely silent, and pulled out a leather-bound journal. Every time someone spoke, I frantically scribbled it down. When my grandma asked what I was doing, I looked at her with deadly seriousness. Since electronic communication is forbidden, I am acting as the household scribe. I am documenting our oral history for future generations, and looked at my dad and said, "They're just grunted." Precisely 6:45 p.m., most fascinating. Dad almost choked on his pot roast. My phone was back on the counter, with a sticky note that read, "Just don't text under the table. Malicious compliance is a beautiful thing."